The marginal cost function of producing Q mountain bikes is C prime Q equals 600 over 0.3 Q plus 5. This is C prime, where Q is an independent variable. Q is the quantity, the number of mountain bikes. If the fixed cost in producing the bicycle is $2,000, find the total cost to produce 30 bicycles. If the bikes are sold for $200 each, what is the profit or loss on the first 30 bicycles? Find the marginal profit on the 31st bicycle. This is going from 30 to 31. For part A, we observe that if the fixed cost is 2,000, then in function notation, this is C of 0 equal 2,000. This is the cost even when no bicycles is produced and sold. The total cost is the sum of the fixed cost and the variable cost. The total cost to produce 30 bicycles is the fixed cost C of 0 plus the variable cost, which is the definite integral from A to B of the marginal cost C prime of Q dQ, where Q is the variable. But C of 0 is 2,000 plus the definite integral with the lower limit of integration 0 and the upper limit of integration 30. C prime of Q is 600 over 0.3 Q plus 5 dQ. If we evaluate this, we'll get approximately $4,059.24. For part B, the profit pi is the difference between the total revenue and the cost. The profit is the revenue minus the cost. But the revenue is the price P times the quantity sold, where P is the price per unit and Q is the number of bicycles sold. If the price of the bicycle is $200 each and we sell 30 bicycles, then the revenue is simply the price 200 times the quantity 30, or 6,000. The revenue is $6,000. The cost to produce 30 bicycles we found from the previous part, it is $4,059.24. So the profit is therefore 6,000 minus $4,059.24. This is $1,940.76. For part C, in order to find the marginal profit on the 31st bicycle, we would need to take the profits from selling 31 bicycles minus the profit from selling 30 bicycles. However, in this case, we do not have the function for the profits pi of Q. We could find it if we want to. The profit equals the revenue minus the cost. If we want to, we would take the revenue R of Q minus the cost C of Q. We won't do this in this case. Observe that the marginal profit M, P, or pi prime is R prime of Q minus C prime of Q, where R prime of 30 is 200. How do we know that R prime of 30 is $200? This is the revenue or the dollars amount we obtain per one additional bicycle. The revenue is $200 for each bicycle. For C prime, we can use the given formula C prime of Q. In this case, Q is 30, equals 600 over 0.3 times q, q is 30, plus 5. This will give us $42.86. Thus, the marginal profit is 200 minus $42.86. This is $157.14, and this is the profit pi prime of 30. This will estimate the marginal profit if we were to sell one additional bicycle, and this is the 31st bicycle. Observe that even though we're finding the marginal profits on the 31st bicycle, we use pi prime of 30 because by definition pi prime of 30 is the limit at h go to 0 of pi of 30 plus h minus pi of 30 over h. This is the definition of derivative. If h is 1, we approximate this to be pi of 31 minus pi of 30 over 1, which is what we want to show.